And so I wasn't surprised. I was hurt. I was angry. I was disappointed. And actually, I don't even know why I was all that, because since day one, I've been preparing myself for the worst. And so when I look at it holistically, there were 10. We got 8 convictions, various levels. So for that, I'm grateful.
Hello, critical thinkers. Hope all is well. Please like the video, share the video, comment below on the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please also click on the bell notification icon and select all so that you will be notified when I go live.
Alrighty. Just for the camera, can you just say your first and your last name and how you spell it?
Robert Ricks, Robert Ricks.
Sure. It's up to you.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so just to start off, the verdicts yesterday, split verdict, 1 guilty, 2 acquitted. Tell us how you're feeling about that.
Not surprised. I'm not surprised. I've been surprised ever since this incident occurred, because I've seen American justice, and how it can not be justice. And so I wasn't surprised. I was hurt. I was angry. I was disappointed. And actually, I don't even know why I was all that, because since day one, I've been preparing myself for the worst. And so when I look at it holistically, there were 10. We got 8 convictions, various levels. So for that, I'm grateful. However, they were there. They were there. And if I was there, I do not think that I would have walked out without even a slap on the wrist. They take an oath. And if nothing else, they violated their oath. And so that's crazy to me. That's crazy. And then the one that was given, charged with murder, it's like, where did you find him? It's like I went to the farthest depths of hell and looked under a rock and pulled this person out and sat him in our prison system. That's evil. When I look at that video, when I glance at that video, because I can't look at it, what I see is pure evil, and how that can make its way into our penal system and be put in charge of people's lives, people's well-being, people's health and welfare. That's scary. So ultimately, when I first heard it, my first thought was, I got to do a better job, because programs like mine are like the first line of defense. Our goal is to make sure that the kids that we work with never have to sit in front of a judge or stand in front of a judge, never have to see inside of a prison or a juvenile facility. We're the first line of defense, and my first thought is that I gotta work harder, I gotta do better, and then is we gotta work harder and we gotta do better. So to say the least, I went through a gambit of different feelings and emotions. And one of them was guilt because I wasn't there. I was on my way. I was like 10 minutes out. And my niece was traveling with me. And she saw it on Facebook or Instagram or something, and she read it to me. And I immediately pulled into a gas station, got off the highway, pulled into a gas station, sat for a second, turned around and came home. So one of the feelings that I was feeling was guilt. I felt like I should have been there. But I didn't expect them to come up with a verdict that soon. I had heard there were other things that they plan on doing, other investigative things, watching the video, listening to some parts of the testimony. But obviously they didn't need to do all that, to come up with the wrong answers. But I'm gonna leave that alone.
No, I understand that. I mean, they spent a few days deliberating,
Mm-hmm.
To you, was there any justice in this?
Pardon?
Was there any justice? Did they give you any justice in this?
I think that they got it right when they charged that gentleman with murder. I think they got it really, really wrong when they let the other two off scot-free. That was really, really wrong. That really sent a bad message. That really, it says like, as a prison guard, I can watch or know somebody is being beat to death and I have no responsibility. That's not a good message. Can you imagine the fear that sends across the community with loved ones in prison? I mean, it would definitely be hard to sleep at night knowing that that's the case. So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw the video of, I believe Mr. Kiefer spoke to the media after yesterday and wanted to show remorse for the family. I guess, what are your thoughts? Did you see that video?
I didn't see that video. I at this point, I'm kind of avoiding just the whole, because I wanted to get past it. I wanted to get past this point because it's all consuming. The thoughts, the feelings, the activities, the comments, I'm praying, I love you, I'm behind you, justice for Robert Brooks. I mean, it's all consuming. And so I just kind of wanted to get past it. So once the verdict came in, I kind of breathed. But I had already told a television interviewer that I would meet her in Albany, in Oneida. And so when I didn't make it and she called me, because she was there anticipating my arrival, and I had just turned around, I told her that I would sit for an interview with her. But other than that, I just toned out. I didn't answer any phone calls, any text messages, yours, of course, because you're one of my favorites. So I just really wanted to get past it.
Yeah, I mean, do you have any thoughts or feelings on one of the defendants saying anything like that? Does that make any difference?
No, not really. Because what do you say? I mean, what do you say to a parent whose child, who, not necessarily child, but in our eyes, they're always our kids, whose son, firstborn, you participated in them being beaten to death, or you sat idly by while they were being beaten to death. But even one step further, what do you say when you're that close to an institution and you're professing not to know what's going on? How can you not know? How can you not know that there's an institution where people are beating people to death, or beating them so bad that they come up out of this institution more traumatized than they was when they went in? What do you say to that person? What can you say? What can I say to a person that is that close to this institution and profess not to know what's going on in that institution? Because if you say that you know and you don't do anything about it, what does that say about you? You know, so that's why I'm not surprised. And that's how I felt when I went to Albany. You know, it's like I'm sitting in front of all of these people and they're all professing to be innocent. Like they don't know that this is happening. That's scary. Again, that's scary. So I was really pleased to see that some justice, but I wasn't surprised that some justice didn't materialize. You know?
Right. And I wanted to ask you, I know your grandson was in Albany today, you know, and prison violence campaign. Tell me about that work and, you know, after this verdict, does it make you push harder, even harder for that?
Definitely. The in-prison violence was an organization that Rosemary Rivera, Eric Snyderman, and myself kind of dreamed up. And because I'm not really there in that world, and we dreamed it up and they brought it to fruition. When I came to Rosemary, I don't know nothing. I know about advocating for youth. You know, I know about going to the city hall and going to funders and trying to get funding to do what I know works for young people. I know about that, but I don't know who to talk to when my son has been murdered by prison guards. So I went to Rosemary, and at that time, she wasn't in the best of health, but she stood up and she directed me to Eric, and then, you know, Eric directed me and helped me to find platforms where I could share my story and share my experiences and my aspirations and my desires going forward. And so currently we have 4 bills on the governor's desk. And I would like them to be named the Robert Brooks Blueprint for Change. Is it anything that's going to have a great change, that's going to greatly change the system? Is it something that's going to have this tremendous impact on the system? But I think that, along with the justice that we did receive in implementing those bills, will give pause. The next prison guard, before he raises his hand, his billy club, before his gang get together and decide that they're going to beat somebody, they're going to think like, there's a camera there, you know, there's no places we can go so we can hide this. So maybe we shouldn't do this. Maybe we should handle this differently. And that's all it is. That's all it is. All we want to do is do whatever it is that we can do to prevent another father to have to go through a whole year dealing with and feeling what I'm feeling and what my grandson is feeling and what my grandsons are feeling, what his sister is feeling. That's it. That's it. We don't want to remake the wheel. We don't want to change the system, not yet. But we don't want to. That's not the goal. The goal is to create something that will allow people like myself and the hundreds of thousands of other parents and cousins and uncles and sisters and brothers to sleep a little easier at night. It's ugly. It's ugly in there. It's real ugly in there. And I didn't know. And I think it's purposeful that that information don't get to the community. It's ugly. I've heard some stories. I've heard some stories, and it's bad. It's real bad. And I guess my thought now is I'm constantly hearing people say to me and texting me and emailing me and Facebooking me that I'm praying for you. I'm praying for your family. Don't pray for me. Don't pray for me. Pray for the girl who sent me a text message yesterday and told me that at 2 o'clock in the morning, the prison guards opened up her brother's cell, let some people in, and they set him on fire. Pray for that young lady and that family, because he's still incarcerated. Pray for the mother who a couple of months ago called me and said, Mr. X, I don't know where my son is. I ain't seen him or heard from him in 2 months, and he called me every day. Pray for the ones who are still behind those walls. Because the reality is right now as we speak, there's probably someone getting beat, possibly beaten beyond recognition, possibly beat to death.
Absolutely. Your words always move me so much. Every time I interview you, you speak with power, you do. You really do.
It's real, though. It's so real.
Yeah.
It's so real.
Yeah, I mean, if you were, talking to Governor Hochul, what's your message for her to sign those votes?
That's my message. That's my message. My message is, again, for me to say that she knows what's going on would be contempt prior to investigation. I'd have to do a little bit more investigating to know for certain that she knows what's going on. But if she's watched the video, she knows. So, do the right thing. Sign the bills. Implement laws. Put up those cameras. Make it a law that they have to keep them on. And let the punishment fit the crime. Wherever you are, let the punishment fit the crime.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask, DA Fitzpatrick had briefly mentioned there was a federal investigation involved, and it's not over for even the ones that were acquitted.
Right.
Were you aware of that?
That's what I heard. And for us, that's a hope shot. That's a hope shot. Again, I'm hopeful. I don't want to put myself in a place where it's I'm going to be really, really disappointed if it doesn't happen. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. I can't imagine them going unpunished. I can't imagine. But the thing too is that there's a God. You know, I don't know if you know, but there's a God, and reciprocity isn't a myth. So whatever's coming to them, they're going to get it. You know, they're going to get it, and they're going to get it. Whatever's coming to them, they're going to get it. So she can do it. The federal government can do it. Mr. Fitzpatrick gave it a valiant effort. And then my grandson, oh, they went toe to toe, you know. And so they're gonna get their just due. I truly believe that.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else that you want to add that you'd like people to know?
There are people that aren't because I will never imply that prayer doesn't work or prayer isn't important. But everybody don't pray. But then we have the people that are prayer warriors, but they're also warriors. You know, and the Bible that says faith without works is nil. I think prayer without work is nil. I think that we are the eyes, the ears, the hands of our God. And if all I'm doing is praying, getting up, going to work, eating, going to the bathroom, and praying, if that's all I'm doing, then my suggestion would be do a little more. Because it's ugly out here. And if you do a little bit, and I do a little bit, and he do a little bit, and she do a little bit, then it'll get better. When good people decide that they're not going to take it no more, and they're going to change the current system in any area, change can occur. And I believe that. So there's a call of action for every good person in the United States. Let's fix it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Always appreciate your time.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Of course. Are you going to be you're planning on going to the trial in January?
I do. Yeah, I plan on going to the trial in January. We have a press conference coming up in Rochester. A press conference coming up in New York City next month for in-prison violence. Because we have, I think that's the missing piece. Like, we have programs like mine who focus on trying to prevent the kids from ever going to jail. Then we have programs on the other side that when people get out, they assist them in that transition piece. But the in-prison violence piece is about what's going on inside of our prisons. And I think it's just so significant. It's such a significant piece. So we're going to do everything that we can do to push that forward. That's the missing piece.
Great. Yeah. I'm sure we'll definitely cover that when the time comes next month.
Okay.
Wonderful.
All right.
Thank you.
If you found value in this video, please like the video, comment below. Don't forget to share the video. And if you feel that I've earned it, please subscribe to the channel. My goal is to give you honest and direct feedback and go deeper than what the mainstream media is telling you. Take care, God bless, and see you next time.